It's because it's magic. I love magic. And that one magic word is two letters, two simple letters, H-U, like the name Hugh, where it goes. It's an ancient toning technique, and it's a vibrational. It goes actually to quantum physics, because when we change the vibration, this is pure quantum, they've already proved it. When we change the vibration, we actually change the reality.
Vibrational therapy and vibro-acoustic therapy. Vibrational therapy is strictly vibrations. Vibro-acoustic is a combo of sound and vibration, and it comes from an outer event, maybe with a speaker or a pillow or a chair designed with sound and vibration. The cool thing is the human is a combo of both vibrational and vibro-acoustic from the inside out. So it's one step better. You don't need an object, you don't need a thing, you don't need to pay for anything. You can do it all day out. Silent, eyes open, eyes closed while you're doing the dishes or while you're sitting in a business room.
Folks, you have tuned into TGV and happy welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording, and we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak, and here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future, and we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. And your host Navin Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. So folks, today we are joined by Dr. Nic and Mike Sebastian, founders of Divine Guidance Institute, a modern day mystery school. And did you ever get burned, blindsided? And do you wonder about health, love, job, family, finances, dreams, science, intuition is where it is at. So your own GPS is no joke. You got to visit www.nevergetblindsidedagain.com. And by the way, we are going to get into a conversation on the topic at hand, the magic word, conquering stress and anxiety with the dream team. Here is an exciting twist. Let us tickle our guest's brain. So, Dr. Nic and Mike, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few. Would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. So, I'll be alternating the words. So, first word is for Dr. Nic, curiosity.
Yes, the curiosity of everything. Good morning to you and congratulations, I want to say. And I also want to say, just this morning I was on with a client and I said to activate your superpowers, to activate the knowingness, because everyone's curious. Is my spouse cheating? Should I move to Texas? Should I take that new job? Use the one magic word that we will share with your audience, and you can come into full knowingness about any issue, any question you have.
Awesome. All right, so Mike, here comes your first word, invention.
Inventing, that's why we're here, to come up with new ways of doing things, to look at things from a holistic perspective, and then to create something that wasn't previously there.
Okay, and Dr. Nic, future.
To see the future, everyone wants a snapshot, and actually when they use their innate abilities, dream, signs, and intuition, you get a snapshot of your future, so you can make a course correction if necessary.
Okay, and then over to you, Mike. Book.
You can book them in, or you can write a book, and a book is good. That's it.
And then Dr. Nic, aliens.
Oh, goodness. Oh, we've actually met a few. Seriously. What you would say? Now it's the same, because they look like normal, humanoid, actually, in Austin, Texas. I think they're here. I think it's no big deal. I think it's gone a long time. I think it's just an integration of a different species. And there you go. Yep.
Okay. And then Mike, synchronicity.
Coincidence, kismet, and synchronicity is, I have always loved the quote, Einstein. Einstein had a quote, and he said, synchronicity is God's way of remaining anonymous. And when we look outward, like look out of our window, and we see things, and actually the synchronicities are there. They're all over the place. And I call it connecting the dots. When we're able to connect the dots, like, wow, what a coincidence. That license plate had the exact same word that I saw on the billboard, and the DJ on the radio just said, going back to school, SCHOOL. It was all over the place. That's a synchronicity. I use it for guidance, divine guidance.
Okay, Dr. Nic, intuition. intuition?
Our three favorites: intuition, dreams, and signs. Intuition, we all have it. It's an innate ability, and we can activate it and actually turn up the volume on your intuition so you come into full knowingness and answer the curiosity questions. Yes.
Mike, transformation.
Sometimes I call it evolution, but a more correct word is unfoldment. In other words, in many ways, we're already internally perfect. However, we have a lot of drawbacks and things holding us back and behavioral traits that we have. And each day, we tend to transform our consciousness or our inner self and outer self to be a much, much better self. And we use the inner tools like Nic mentioned in dreams, signs, and intuition in order to do that.
Nic, last one for you is resilience.
If that isn't a key word that is it's a vital characteristic to keep going here while we're in the physical plane, to manifest our dreams, to meet our goals. It's absolutely a requirement. It is a requirement.
Here you go. The last one for Mike, authenticity.
To be authentic, to be our true self. And that's why we actually began our Divine Guidance Institute Mystery School, so we could do our true self. And we do that looking inward as well as outward. We look outward the data and the rational approach, but we do look inward and balance it out. We are authentic beings.
All right. So thank you so much, Dr. Nic and Mike, for participating in the first rapid fire round so sportively. There is one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode, so stay tuned. And hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice. Thank you so much for being part of our journey. How are you both doing today?
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. Yes. It's a great day starting with you, actually.
I love the title, The Guiding Voice.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Guide me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. And today you guys are our guiding voice, okay, for the audience and for myself. And the first question is common to both. So this time we'll go with Mike first. So Mike, talk to us about the top 3 things that have contributed to your success so far, like a success mantra.
I would say dream, signs, and intuition. And, a dream changed my life, and the signs really allow me to make decisions correctly on a daily basis. And my intuition protects me. It guides me and allows me to sidestep adversity if I'm paying attention and I can feel that gut feeling. So I'd say yes, dream, signs, and intuition are the most important things affecting me in my day.
Dream, signs, intuition, absolutely. Because, see, this is the cool thing. They're on autopilot. Autopilot, and it's 24/7. When you're awake, you have your intuitive gut feelings, and you witness a sign or a coincidence. And when you're sleeping, you have your dreams. Henceforth, autopilot 24/7 data coming into this is innate abilities. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to ask for it. It's on that autopilot. Once you notice and work with it, you experiment, you track your data, then you activate your superpowers.
Okay, got it. And this question is to Mike. Can you explain what the one magic word technique is and how it can provide immediate relief from stress, anxiety, depression, and also PTSD?
That's because it's magic. Ooh, I love magic. And that one magic word is 2 letters, 2 simple letters, H, like the name Hugh. It's an ancient toning technique, and it's a vibration. It goes actually to quantum physics, because when we change the vibration, this is pure quantum. They've already proved it. When we change the vibration, we actually change the reality. So if I'm depressed, I'm stressed, anxiety, maybe I'm suicidal, maybe I've got a gun to my head and I'm ready to pull the trigger. One of our clients called us on the phone, ready to pull the trigger. So what do we got for them? He called us the next day and said, I'm feeling hope for the first time. He actually changes my depressed state, my anxiety state, to one of harmony and one of happiness. That's why we use it with all of our clients.
So, Dr. Nic, what inspired you to develop this technique and found the Divine Guidance Institute as well as the Wellness Center?
Thank you so much for asking. Huge. Okay, first, Michael and I, we've been together 29 years. Okay, but what happened, he was my sociology instructor at college. And on the very first day, he walked into the class with his little hiking boots and his blue jeans and his flannel. And my intuition started screaming, he's your soulmate. You're going to get married. He's the one. Keep in mind, he's twice my age. So the intuition went. And so then school ended. The next semester, I asked him out. We did lunch. The very next day, we did dinner. 90 days we were engaged, 9 months we were married. I did not tell him about my intuitions. He had a prophetic dream. He met me in a dream 3 years before he met me in the physical.
Wow.
But he didn't tell me about the dream. That further, on our second date for dinner, he walked me back to my car. My license plate letters were KRW, the initials of his first wife. So we had the sign and the intuition and the dream. We didn't tell each other. We just started tracking this data, and this whole thing developed that we call Trust Yourself and the Trust Yourself system, and then we turned it into the Divine Guidance Institute nonprofit 501c3 modern day mystery school. We just started it 2 months ago so we could have an umbrella so we could really build this and send the message out to the world, because it is a public crisis, Naveen. It's a big problem. So there you go.
Got it. All right. So, Mike, how can people use this one magic word hue technique in different scenarios? Like, should they do it with eyes open or closed, and do it loud or silently? How does it work?
That's the whole thing. It is not like it is not like meditation where I sit down, I clear my mind, it's all passive. The hue is so cool because I can use it in a pinch. Say I'm driving down the road and somebody cuts in front of me. They flip me off. Maybe they're angry. I can silently in my head, and suddenly it puts me in harmony, and the anger goes away. So I'm able to stay balanced and harmonious. Also, generally every day, I hue for 20 minutes, like softly, like. Or I can whisper the hue, like I can do it anywhere, any place, anytime. I tend to do it inwardly all day long to stay in harmony and balance. And it immediately changes those vibrations inwardly, so back into balance again, as opposed to being really ragged and maybe angry or depressed outwardly. So it keeps me, and I can do it anywhere, any place, anytime. It's a very, very simple, effective tool.
That's clear. And Dr. Nic, let's talk about the history of this one magic word, and how does its origin get back to ancient Egypt? And first of all, how did you guys figure it out?
This thing is so cool, and there's such a history to it. The word hue comes from the word human. Human in the Oxford English Dictionary actually means God-man, God with a man. And in various books and religions, it's we are made in the image and likeness of this type of thing. So we all have that spark within, So first we start there with the Oxford English Dictionary. Then we found the word hue. It's in 14 different religions and their sacred book. Everything from Christianity to the Masons. We found the hue in a modern day, really cool spiritual path called Eckankar. Eckankar uses the hue regularly as a tool. So, okay, that's how we found it. Then we did our research. Then we found it tracked all the way back to Egypt 5,000 years ago. As a society, they used to hue from dusk until dawn at the Sphinx to raise the consciousness of society and to have that harmony and activate your superpowers. So there's many origins of this, the hue. And what's really cool is if people experiment with one magic word, which is the hue, they will know it from within, not because we said so. They're going to go, oh my God, she wasn't kidding. It's the real deal. And it is. It's the real deal. Real quick, let me say, it takes you above the planes of duality. Let's take the word Om. The Om only takes you to the fourth plane, the mental plane. So it helps with emotions, but it leaves you at the fourth plane. The word hue takes you above duality and gets you out of the mind, out of the emotions, and that's where you connect with your higher self at the highest level possible. Naveen, yes.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying that. And Mike, over to you. My next question is, can you elaborate on the science behind this technique, including the EEG data, Vibro-Acoustic Therapy, and most importantly, your 25 years of field study?
Yeah, the science behind it is really simple, and yet it's like saying simple quantum physics, and people bust out laughing because quantum physics they think is not simple. Well, the mathematics of quantum physics is not simple, but the concepts are very simple, and everything quantum teaches that everything is light and sound inwardly. It's a vibration. Everything vibrates. You can take an atom and break it down to the subatomic particles and take it down to the strings, and they all vibrate. And they're making a sound. If you go in and you can actually listen inwardly, you can't really hear because we don't have the technology to do that yet, but we're closing in on it.
And that's where the hue comes from. It's that basic zero-point field in quantum physics that produces that low-level hum. And it's really the creation story, like Nick was mentioning. You can go to any sacred book from the Kabbalah to the Bible to the Quran to the Bhagavad Gita, whatever. Anyway, we talk about in the beginning is the word. That word. I always wondered. I used to ask I studied with the Jesuits for 4 years in high school, and I'd say, "What's the word, Father?" And they'd go, "Man, I'm not sure." Nobody really.
And so it started me on my quest. When I did my homework, really went back and looked into ancient Egypt and 15,000 years ago in the Sphinx, and I found out that word that created everything, the creation story, was huge. And the science behind it is we've tested it, and we've got thousands of testimonials that anyone who literally tries it automatically goes, like Nick mentioned, "Oh my God." I mean, the most skeptical people I was a counselor at a college when I was teaching at, and one of the Lakers, well-known, famous,
He came back and did his MBA, and I kept him off of the Lakers because he was so famous. I was his counselor, and I said, "So, why are you not going to do your MBA? Why won't you finish it? What do you feel is your problem?" And he said, "Endorsements and the team and the coach." He said, "Christ, Mike, I don't have a minute. I'm not sure how I'll live, but I've always had the dream." So I go in the and bust out laughing. He said, "I got all these problems and you have me hung? Oh my God. Don't judge it until you try it." And he said, "Fair enough." We met a month later when I walked into the room before he could say anything to tease him. I said, "Are you sure?" But he said, "Mike, he said,
coaches started hearing my focus and my game is at a new level thanks to the hue. And that the science behind it, we have Nikki, give me a little.
Real quick. Vibrational therapy and vibro-acoustic therapy. Vibrational therapy is strictly vibrations. Vibro-acoustic is a combo of sound and vibration. And it comes from an outer event, maybe a speaker or a pillow or a chair designed with sound and vibration. The cool thing is the hue is a combo of both vibrational and vibro-acoustic from the inside out. So it's one step better. You don't need an object. You don't need a thing. You don't need to pay for anything. You can do it all day out loud, silent, eyes open, eyes closed, while you're doing the dishes or while you're sitting in a business meeting.
Thanks for clarifying. And Nick, over to you. The next question, let's talk about some significant challenges that you are seeing in the current mental health landscape, and how does your approach provide solutions?
Yes, and as a clinical psychologist and working with clients for 25 years, that's your methodology. You've got your Jungian and Freud and CBT and EMDR, and these things are valid and they work. But, and then you've got medications. Oh boy, holy moly there. So, here's the thing. Those things are outer, and they really ameliorate the symptoms, right? But as far as getting rid of, eradicating the actual problem, cause, or diagnosis, that's a whole nother level. And what we have found with working with clients naturally and sharing one magic word, which we also call one-step therapy, and it's a whole modality. We have a book devoted to it, and I'm about to do a peer review so we can actually go in the books as an actual therapy modality. What we have found is it changes you from the inside out naturally and effortlessly. People have their cigarettes or their heroin or their Doritos. You've got so many addictions. And also as an addictionologist, I just say, add the hue. Don't worry about the thing. Just add the hue. And then they'll come back and they'll say, "You know what? I'm not smoking as much. I'm not as angry. I have to bring my methadone dose down that I've been on for 10 years. And it's just like, so it happens naturally. It takes that fight away, Naveen, that fight that everyone struggles with, whether it's depression or stress or addiction. It just makes it a natural flow. Your higher self takes over. the cravings and the mood improves. Michael even uses the Hue for PTSD from Vietnam. So it's just the real deal.
Mike, this next one is for you, and this is more related to children. So how can the one magic word, the Hue technique, be used to help children, such as getting them to bed faster, especially in these days of social media addiction and device addiction?
And kids, I've had a few kids, 3 daughters, and children, especially because of the technology today and the things they're exposed to, and the EMFs and all the phones and laptops, and become the behavioral problem. And what we found especially with our clients who have kids, the kids aren't sleeping, they don't know what to. They can't get them to sleep. They're taken out for a drive in the car. They're still restless. They're bringing home. They're crying. They're behaviorally out of control. And we actually have the parents, in many cases, sit down and do the Hue with the kid. They show the kid how to do it because kids love stuff like that. They love new sounds and stuff. They go, oh, yeah, the Hue. And as soon as they start Hueing, the child settles in, settles down, gets harmonious, that puts the kids like instantly to sleep immediately because they're so relaxed. The vibrations, like I said, from their outer exposure to certain forces and behaviors automatically shift and change. And it's perfect. We're working with kids to get them balanced and harmonized.
All right. So thank you. And I'm going to advise my friends as well to use this technique. And this has been an incredible conversation so far. And it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement to the episode. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to kick off the second rapid fire round with a set of intriguing questions. Shall we do it?
We're ready. Rock and roll.
Here comes the first question to Nic. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Use one magic word. Just say Hue for all that ails you. The Holy Grail.
So, Mike, one word to describe your life's mission.
My mission is to bring knowingness to the world. One word is knowingness.
Next question is also to you only, Mike. Best piece of advice that you have ever received. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
To look within for truth. If I want truth, to look within myself. I am truth. Don't look anywhere else. Just look in the mirror, Mike. Mikey Mike, look in the mirror.
Nick, here is the next one. If you could teach one universal skill, what would it be?
Oh, it would be the Hue once again. And I know it sounds like ridiculous and it sounds so simple and it sounds like, okay, you guys, but truly, out of every tool out there, the Hue gets you rolling. It's what a dream. If you want to see your future, you need to remember the dream. Well, if you can't remember a dream, what are you going to do? Well, the Hue helps you remember the dream. The Hue helps you code the dream. The Hue helps you enhance your intuition. The Hue helps Michael with the PTSD from you. The Hue help my client get off the methadone. The Hue help. It's like that, the one thing to share with the planet and for everyone to start doing. And we would literally have a different place, a different planet, with no doubt.
Okay, and this question is to both of you, and you can answer in any order. So, most impactful book you have ever read?
Dialogues with the Master by Paul Twitchell.
Vija, which is an important book in my life. And it was Synchs in Minneapolis. I always hung out down at the ashram, and I walked into a bookstore, and it fell off of the shelf, and it was Vija.
And it's also called Twitchell. Yeah, or not? Okay.
They opened the door for me.
So last one again for both of you. Describe yourself in just one word.
Munches.
Superb. And I love the responses, and let's flip back to the mainstream, and either of you can answer this question. How can individuals access your resources such as the Trust Yourself book or system manual, and what can they expect from a private consult session with you guys?
Okay. They can get a hold of us through our website at Never Get Blindsided Again, and everything is there, including a free, if they sign up, the freebie newsletter, if they get a free dream kit, if you will. It's gonna, a course, it's a mini course, Dream Decoder mini course. It's gonna get them rolling. It's combined with one magic word, so they're gonna get the word and Dream Decoder mini course all in one for free. They just go to the website, sign up. Now, of course, additionally there, they can email us. We have all of the books, so do it yourself, or they can email us, get in touch for coaching. Again, we've worked with clients for 25 years, so we can do that in our sleep. because that helps fine tune all these tools. Because you might think a dream means one thing. When you have a conversation with us, it's like, no, it means this. So it's tweaking and tracking the data. So we take it to a higher level. But nonetheless, that's why we constructed the Mystery School, the do-it-yourself books, the free Dream Decoder course to get them rolling.
I love it, and thank you both for joining me and sharing your amazing insights with our audience. And how is your experience being hosted on my platform?
It's been fabulous. Oh my gosh. Is outstanding, and we've done a ton of shows. We're talking VH1, A&E, Entertainment, blah blah blah. Your deal with your rapid fire and whatnot, you're the first, and it rocks. I'm telling you, I was like, wow. I was like, this guy knows what he is doing. So thank you so much for having us on, Naveen.
It's authentic and it's a true experience. Thanks, Naveen.
All right, most welcome, and it's really pleasure having you both, and looking forward to having many more conversations in future. And keep inspiring the world. Thank you for our guiding voice today. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right. So, friends, that was our episode with Dr. Nic and Mike. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. In case if you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, please share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like TGV, the guiding voice, to spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Having had amazing conversation about one magic word, hue, I thought I would talk to you about the history of healing. Ancient Egypt and healing, what is the relation, right? The one magic word technique has roots in ancient Egyptian practices that dates back over 5,000 years ago. That is what Dr. Nic and Mike has clarified. And ancient Egyptians were known for their advanced understanding of medicine as well as healing rituals. Next, Vibro-Acoustic Therapy, right? Vibro-Acoustic Therapy uses sound vibrations to promote relaxation and healing. And this method has been also researched and used for conditions like anxiety, depression, and also PTSD. Likewise, if you are aware of any unique techniques related to healing, do let me know. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there, or if you have found this episode on social media platforms, you can comment there as well. So folks, that's it for today. And thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome community. Goodbye for now. See you on the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.